Hey team, welcome back to Train Like a Ballerina. Today we are doing a Train Like a Ballerina mobility flow. These exercises are designed to make you feel amazing. If you're a dancer, they're perfect to integrate into your warm-up or before training. If you're a non-dancer, they're going to make you feel good. Anyway, let's start in a wide parallel position, taking a big inhale up to the sky. And as we exhale, folding the chest down to the shins, with our hamstrings parallel to the back. And walking forward into downward dog, pushing those heels down into the ground and making sure we're not sitting in our shoulders. We're keeping the core engaged, the upper body nice and strong. And from this position, we're going to crawl forward into a nice, strong plank position. And then we're going to just lower the hips down into the ground while keeping the feet on a high demi point. From this position, we're going to engage our glutes, engage our core, and push back into a plank position. Release back into downward dog, pushing those heels down into the ground, and walk the hands to the feet, and vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly rolling up. And going again, lifting up. And then falling forward. Make sure you get into this downward dog position, nice and strong. Get a good stretch, double hamstring stretch, before we roll forward into the plank position. Get your plank position here nice and strong first before you push those hips down into the ground. And again, engaging the glutes, core, upper body, and release. Back into downward dog. Again, not sinking into the shoulders, but keeping nice and strong. Crawling the hands towards the feet. You might want to come into a smaller position here in parallel. Relaxing the head down. And before we're rolling up, we're making sure that our legs are activated and our weight's a little bit shifted into our toes so we're not sinking back. And rolling up vertebrae. And stepping into a wide parallel position and lifting up. Holding out. Back into parallel, folding the head down, trying to really get your heart to touch your shins here while your weight is shifted forward. And first thing we're doing is engaging the core, making sure that's nice and strong. And we can power through the arms to get a beautiful stretch all through our spine. Good, we're going to do one more time, stepping into a wide parallel, inhale. And then exhale. And shift the weight a little bit forward this time. And down. Just before our hips touch the ground, we're going to lift back up. Make sure we get that strong plank position, pushing the floor away, and then releasing into downward dog. We're going to just sit in downward dog here for the last repetition. Making sure, again, hamstrings parallel to the back. Our hands are pushing away from the ground, so there's no sinking into the upper body. And we're just going to shift the hips to the right. So I'm going to feel really deep stretch in that right hamstring there. Coming back to center. and shift the entire pelvis to the left. So you're pushing now over the outside of your left foot and coming back to center. And one more time to the right. Shift over to the outside of the right foot, and coming back. And shifting the pelvis to the left and coming back. This time we're going to crawl the feet to our hands. Good. We're going to exhale. I'm going to grab our elbows and bring our heart to our shin. And we're just going to nod our head back and forth. And say yes, no. Just feel the heavy weight of your entire upper body in your head, pulling your upper body down. Good. From this relaxed position, we're going to put our hands on the ground and we're going to do 4 really slow roll-ups. We're going to do 4 in parallel and 4 slightly turned out. So just like we did before, we're going to shift our feet, shift our weight into our toes, engage our core, make sure our legs are active, and with the power of our arms pushing down into the ground, slowly rolling up. This time we're not going to come up, we're going to keep that head down and we're going to come all the way down. Having a small relax at the bottom. Actually, it's not a relax. My legs are still active, my core is still active. And it's an active stretch. We're going to come back to the strong position. This time we're going to try lift our heels like we have an M&M. I've always said M&M or a Skittle underneath our heel. You'll be able to very quickly see how strong your ankles are if they're wobbling a bit and where your weight needs to be. And my weight needs to be very, very far over on my toes. And you're going to have to pull up your leg muscles and your core muscles in order to not fall over. And coming all the way back down. Good, we're doing 2 more. Making sure you're using your breath and relaxing at the bottom. And we're going to bend the knees and slowly roll up, making sure not to come out too fast. At the top of your position, come into a baby position, a baby first position. A really baby first position. Now we're focusing this exercise on doing a beautiful port de bras forward. And as we're port de brasing forward, so bending forward, we're focusing on pushing the outside of our toes down into the ground and lifting the inside of our toes up. This is going to really activate our hamstrings, and we're going to make sure that our glutes are engaged the whole time, our core is engaged the whole time, and we're not pulling the pelvis to the back. Just like in ballet class when we're doing pliés, we don't want to be pulling the pelvis to the back. We want to feel like we're diving over into water or over a mountain. So baby first position, bring your arms into second, and we're going to inhale, and as you inhale, pull up, engage, and focusing on the pinky toes driving in the ground, the insteps of our toe feet coming up. We're going to come all the way down as far as we can. And this time we're going to use the strength of our hamstrings, arms in fifth position to come all the way back up. And at the top, we're going to engage our glutes, engage our core, bring the arms to second, and other side, inhale. Driving up, we're going to check up with a straight back. We've got 4 more, inhale. And using your breath, Inhale and exhale as you come down. Inhale as we come up. Let's do one more each side. Making sure we're really using the breath and the rhythm, and the movement never stops. So even if we're at the bottom, we're not letting go. We're continuously moving and flowing through the movement. Inhale, last one. Making sure we're finishing the movement. So we're coming up and finish the movement. Give it a bit of a shake. I'm going to release the legs a bit now because I've done a lot of hamstring work. Coming now into a wide, slightly toned out position. And again, making sure the inside of our feet is lifted and our little pinkies are pressed down into the ground and all of our toes displayed nicely on the ground. We're going to come all the way down into a nice deep squat position. Making sure our knees are driving over the middle of our toes. Sit here for a minute and just see how you're feeling at the beginning of this exercise compared to the end. We're going to lift the pelvis up into the sky and drop the pelvis back down. And exhale and lift the pelvis up. Push the pelvis down. Good, and last one. And we're going to just sit in the squat position here, and we're going to bring the arms, crawl them forward. Our pelvis is pulling to the back, and our arms are pulling to the front. So you get a nice stretch in the upper body, and a beautiful stretch. Inhale, and exhale. Time, inhale and exhale. And we're going to turn those legs in parallel and come all the way to standing. Coming now into a nice long lunge. I'm going to start with my left leg forward. I'm making sure that my hips are in parallel and my back leg is in parallel as well. In order to do this, I keep my back foot on a high demi point, and I usually put something under my knee if I have a little bit of pain. We're going to come into a beautiful lunge position, placing our hands in front of our front foot and just pushing those hips forward. From this position, we're going to lift the back knee up, shift our weight into our right hand and twist all the way around. If you feel like you're not twisting enough, you can hook that upper arm, that top arm up and force your body to twist even more. Good. And as we come back, we're going to drop that elbow down to the ground. I like to give a full twist of my head, so I get a full twist in one direction, a full twist in the other, and twisting back up. 3 more. And dropping down. Last one. And both hands come in front of the leg, back leg goes down, and give those legs a little bit of a break. You can come into demi-point with both legs in parallel if you like, and just sit on those heels for a second. Give those toes a nice stretch in the back of the heels. Take a big inhale. And bring the other leg forward. Again, coming from a starting position, nice and parallel. Back foot is on a high demi-point. We're pushing those hips forward. Bringing the hands in front of the foot. And shifting the weight into the left side now, or the leg that you have at the back is shifting your weight into that side. Lifting that back knee off the ground. So you get a beautiful hip flexor stretch. And twisting around 4 times. Last one. Twist as much as you can one way and twist as much as you can the other way. Hands come in front of the foot. Knee comes back. And sitting back onto a double demi-point here. And inhaling. And exhale. One more time. Exhale. Coming into a last little release. Now we're going to start in a froggy position. Nice and wide. And we are internally rotating, making sure that we're internally rotating just as much as we are externally rotating. So a lot of dancers just externally rotate because I think it's important, but remember you can only externally rotate as much as you can internally rotate. So make sure we're really folding that leg over and really feeling it and noting where we're feeling it in our body. So I'm feeling it deep inside my hip here. And then when I'm externally rotating, I'm feeling it in my inner thighs and also deep in my rotators there. And other side. Good. Feel like gooey in your hips. So making sure we're getting the full range of motion. Even try fold a little bit further over. Get the knees to touch and externally rotate. Never stopping the movement. We're going to do 6 now, a little bit faster. So 6, 5, 4, 3. And coming into a butterfly position now, we're going to start with our back nice and straight, and we're going to hook our fingers around our feet, and we're going to draw, using our upper body strength, we're going to draw our heart towards the ground. Now we're going to do 4 inhales and exhales, and with each inhale, we're going to prepare ourselves for the stretch. With each exhale, we're going to pull ourselves closer to the ground, and our knees are going to push down into the ground as well. You can use your hands like this if your knees are coming up too much, or you can wrap them around your toes and use your upper body to bring yourself down. Let's go. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Slowly coming up. Nice job, guys. I hope you're feeling amazing, or as amazing as I do after that stretch and mobility flow. I'll see you at the next Train Like a Ballerina.